Hi guys! Today we are going to be talking about my favorite classics. As an English major, I do love some classic books. Not all. There are some that I had to read for school that I very much did not enjoy, but I've made up a list of some of the ones that I really have enjoyed that I've read. So, without any further ado, let's just get into the list. These are in no particular order, and, well, mostly. My favorites are on the top, but no particular order. So, first, I do have a few honorable mentions. So these three honorable mentions, first three, I have four honorable mentions. The first three are only honorable mentions because I haven't read them in probably 10, 15 years. And that would be The Secret Garden, A Little Princess, and Little House on the Prairie. Well, the Little House on the Prairie series. So it starts with Little House on the Big Woods, but everyone knows Little House on the Prairie. So, even though the TV show is more based on the book On the Banks of Plum Creek, which is weird. But anyways, I really enjoyed these as a kid. I don't think I have copies anymore. I have a copy of Secret Garden that I bought as an adult. But I don't know what happened to my copies of the other two. That's not true. I know I have my copies of Little House somewhere stored away for whenever I have kids. Oh well, whenever my kids are old enough to read them. But yeah. I don't know what happened to my copy of A Little Princess. I might still have that, but I might have taken it to a used bookstore, which is sad. I'm going to have to rebuy that, because I do really remember enjoying it. It's very sad book. But anyway, and then another honorable mention is because I didn't enjoy it nearly as much as the rest of these, but I kind of wanted to mention it because I don't think anyone has ever talked about it outside of the class where I had to read this, and that is Mysteries of Udolpho. If you're thinking, I feel like I've heard that name before, but I have no idea why, and you've read Northanger Abbey, that's why. Mysteries of Udolpho is the book that Austen was satirizing the most with Northanger Abbey. She used that book a lot for that. So if you've, and it's referenced in there clearly. So if you have read Northanger Abbey, not the movie changes it to, I think, The Monk is it the one, but the book Northanger Abbey heavily references Mysteries of Udolpho. It was good. Not as good as the rest of these, that's why it's only an honorable mention, but I thought I would at least mention that one. So, first classic that I want to mention is actually six, or rather, an author. And if I just said six, so you know who I'm talking about, probably. Jane Austen. I absolutely adore Jane Austen's books. All of them, actually. I love all six of the published books. I've not read Lady Susan, or the Watsons, or what's the other one? Sanditon. But I've read the 6 complete novels, and these are my 2 favorites, actually, which is good, because these are the 2 I happen to have access to right now. Hard copies. So, yes. Pride and Prejudice is definitely my favorite, and I think Emma's my second favorite. Yeah, Emma's my second favorite, but I love all 6 of her books. So yes. Now, obviously, these are, of course, they're not entirely romances. There's a lot of other, like, social commentary stuff going on, and Emma's a pure comedy as well. Northanger Abbey, as I just mentioned, is a satire. So there's other things going on besides the romances, but they are stereotypically thought of as romance books for a good reason. But anyway, I just love Austen. I love her characters. I love her storylines. Everything about these books I think is very well done. So, first rock classics that I really love is Jane Austen. Next is Jane Eyre. Again, a lot of books I have no idea where they are right now. So, Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre, I really did enjoy this one. I enjoyed it more than Wuthering Heights, which I also read in school. But I didn't enjoy Wuthering Heights. Like, I enjoyed it, but not nearly enough to put it on this list. But Jane Eyre was really good. I think part of the reason I do enjoy it is because I read it in school and we analyzed it. Actually, I read it in a class that was just me and the professor. So that was really a neat experience to just talk with him one-on-one about that. But yes, I really did enjoy Jane Eyre. I feel like most of these actually don't need to explain what they're about. Like, you kind of know. So, yes. Next one I have is Beowulf, which is kind of odd, I guess, but I really did enjoy the Beowulf that we read for school, which was the version translated by Seamus Heaney, specifically. I also have enjoyed Tolkien's version, but Seamus Heaney's version is more readable than Tolkien's, I would say. So I would recommend that one. It is verse still, so it's not changing it into prose and stuff, which Tolkien actually does. But I really did enjoy the storyline. I mean, I love Narnia, Lord of the Rings. The next classic on my list is, I actually enjoy Shakespeare. Some of it, admittedly, is better than others, but my favorite is Merchant of Venice, and I also like A Midsummer's Night's Dream and Tempest, Henry V. Oh, Henry V is so good. So yeah, I really do enjoy Shakespeare plays. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say. Again, I took a whole class on this. That's probably partly why. Anything that a lot of times classics that I read that I analyzed with other people, specifically with a professor, I enjoy more. Go figure. So yeah, I do enjoy Shakespeare though. Romeo and Juliet is like one of my least favorites. So if that's all you've read, please read something else. Let's see. All right, next I have 3 books by Elizabeth Gaskell. I've read 4. One of them I didn't love as much as the others, so I'm not including that one. But Cranford, Wives and Daughters, and North and South. North and South is my favorite, I think, of the 3, but Cranford was also really good. Yeah, similar to Jane Austen in some respects, but in others, not quite. Like, Gaskell focuses a lot more on, well, that's not really true. Similar in some respects to Austen, but not completely. I think she has in several of her books, she has a lot more social commentary, I would argue, than even Austen does. And Austen has quite a bit, so yeah. But I really did enjoy these. Would not recommend starting with Wives and Daughters just because it is such a chunker. And also the main character in Wives and Daughters is a very passive character. So if you're not really sure you want that, like if you read Mansfield Park and you were upset by Fanny and wish she would have done something, don't read this as your first Gaskell. Probably start with, well, she's kind of passive too, but start with North and South. Or another option would be Cranford, the other one I mentioned. It's shorter and it's very funny. So if you like, especially, it's sort of like in the same kind of humor as Jane Austen, where it's poking fun at these people in the small town. So if you like that, you should try Cranford. Alright, next is the Scarlet Pimpernel, which was a surprise to me when I read this. I kind of just wanted to read it just to see what it was like. Did not expect to love it as much as I did. But yes, it was really good. Basic plot is that it's during the French Revolution in England, and there is someone who has been sneaking into France and rescuing the nobility from the guillotine. So, yes, that's the general basic plot, and it's really fun. I really did like it. Next is Prince and the Pauper, which I enjoyed. Not as much as I enjoyed the Barbie adaptation. Barbie Princess and the Pauper is one of the best. It is the best Barbie movie, I think, but it's also really fun. I really do enjoy it. So, but Prince and the Pauper, the book, was good too. Very different. Very, very different. But the general plot of Prince and Pauper switch places, of course, is the same. But, yeah. That's the basic plot. Prince and Pauper look exactly identical, and so they switch places for a day. Supposedly, and then things happen. I didn't like the character of the prince. Like, he was kind of a jerk, but the pauper was... I liked the pauper a lot. Let's see. Alright. Next is Ivanhoe, which I also really, really loved. Obviously, it's on this list. Ivanhoe is... it's set during the days of, like, Robin Hood and King John and all that. So, very fun. Very much, like, medieval knights, swords, bows and arrows, that kind of thing. That's probably why I loved it so much. But yes, definitely really enjoyed Ivanhoe. Alright. Next is Little Women and also Little Men. I didn't bother getting them both out, but... And I haven't read Joe's Boys yet. I assume I'm going to like it as well. But yes. Little Women was really good also. I hadn't read this one before as a kid, but it had been so long that I basically just didn't. And I don't know how much of it I comprehended. I remembered the big thing that happens near the end of this book that we all remember and we're all devastated by. And I remember the other big thing that we're all mad about. Don't want to give too many spoilers, even though this is over 100 years old, so don't want to give spoilers. So, if you've read it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I remembered those two things, but, like, other than that, I didn't remember a whole lot. I mean, there's 4 sisters and, but I really do enjoy this book, this series. It's just very charming and sweet. Next we have Peter Pan. Very short, so very doable if you've not read classics before. You want to give classics a try. This is, It's very funny, but like in a sarcastic kind of way. A lot of classics, that's their style of humor, and I really appreciate that. It's, yeah. It's also got one of the best opening lines ever, the all children except one grow up. And, it's about, but it's got a deeper heart than just the Disney movie has. And I enjoy the Disney movie, okay, this is better. The book is better, for sure. The ending of this book is just so precious. Please read it if you have not, just for the ending, just to get to the ending, the real ending. Like I said, the Disney movie does not do this ending justice. But yes, I really did enjoy this. And finally, this is one that was a recent read, like as in this month, as in like yesterday and today. And that is Anne of Green Gables. There is a dust jacket for this book, but I was reading it without the dust jacket because who has time to deal with a dust jacket when you're reading? Usually when I read hardbacks, I just take off the dust jacket. So I don't ever remember actually having read Anne of Green Gables. I've seen the movies, the ones that everybody thinks of with Anne of Green Gables with Megan Follows in like the 90s, and then the other one that was weird. Don't worry, I'm not even expecting the third one to show up at all in like the storyline of the third one to show up in this series. So I've read Anne of Green Gables, and I'm almost done with, this is a bind up of 3. So I am almost done with Anne of Avonlea. I have like this much left. So yes, I will finish that hopefully today. But I love this. Again, I'm comparing the humor to Austen and like that same witty social commentary kind of humor. The very first chapter, just with, it's sort of from the point of view of Miss Rachel Lynde. And just the just the way that she describes everything is just so much fun. And just the way that like she sees the world and the way that the narrator describes her is great. The narrator is, of course, not at all insulting her or anything, but it's just, if you know, you know, kind of thing. If you read between the lines, you can see that the narrator is poking fun at Miss Rachel Lynde. And then Anne of Avonlea has also been really good. Unfortunately, this bind-up, if you can see it, it has Anne of Green Gables, Anne of Avonlea, which are books 1 and 2, and Anne's House of Dreams, which is book 5. And I don't understand this bind-up. Can someone please explain to me why you would put 1, 2, and 5 in a bind-up? I don't know. But, be that as it may, so I'm obviously not going to read 5. I'm going to wait and read 3 and 4 first. But I did really enjoy Anne of Green Gables. Don't know why I did not read this as a kid. I think I did try it once, but just never quite got into it. But now as an adult, I just love it. So, yes, highly recommend this as well. But yeah, highly recommend this as well. Anne of Green Gables. At least the first 2. I can safely recommend number 2, I think. I've got less than 50 pages, so I think I can safely recommend book 2 as well. So yeah, there's some of the classics that I really do love. I still have a few that I want to read that when I get my hands on them, other than like I could probably get them for free on Kindle or something because they're in the public domain, but I would rather just read them, like I want a copy of them, so yes. Let me know what your favorite classics are. Let me know if there's any that were in this video that you've read and you really enjoyed, and let me know if there are any that you think I would like to. And let me know if there are any based on this video that you think I would like. Yeah. Because you just saw my taste in classics. So if you can think of any that I didn't mention that you're like, oh, if you read this one, let me know. And if you know why this has books 1, 2, and 5, please let me know that as well, because I don't understand that. But anyway, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!